Alright, we are live. We're about to get started with a Season 8 Cup game. Let me go ahead and post the link. Should be good to go. So this is going to be toreadory versus Apps, who is Mercer on the Discord. Both of them are going to be playing Phoenix. Different strongholds though. Toreadory is going to be running the old stronghold that gives +2 glory, and then I'll just call him Apps, I guess. Apps is going to be running the new stronghold that lets you reuse spells. So pretty different deck lists actually. Toreadory is running Scorpion Splash for Fate Worse Than Death and Backhanded Compliment, so he's going for the Dishonor Phoenix. Whereas Apps is going for the Spell Phoenix with the Dragon Splash for Hurricane Punch, Let Go, and Hawk Tattoo. Oh wow, yeah, he has 2 Path of Man also. That's pretty sick. It is not a spell, so you won't be able to reuse it with the Stronghold, but it is a Keyhole, so the Shrine Maidens can find it. So, opening turn, we see Toreadory going first. He's going to buy a Solemn Scholar and pass. Is he running Charge? He is running Charge. So we could potentially see a charge on this Tadaka this turn. That is his restricted card, so no Against the Waves for him. Joe says, what is this silly Tor deck? Yeah, it's pretty silly. It's Dishonor Phoenix with Charge and Scorpion Splash. He has 2 Fushicho in there. He has 3 Tsukune. That's pretty wild. 3 Assassinate as well. So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. We see an Earth Conflict to turn on the Solemn Scholar, finds Meditations on the Tau. That is actually really lucky. Let's see, what could he have found? He could have found Shameful Display, Manicured Garden. Okay, this is kind of weird. This Phoenix deck is running Entrenched Position and Rally to the Cause. I guess you just put, Assassinate on that up. That's really strong. 3 Century too. Yeah, that's in Toreadory's deck. There are 3 Century as well. Should have probably expected that Assassination. There are 3 in the deck. However, we do see a Display of Power, which finds a Century. And we'll see if there are any conflict characters now. No, looks like, unless Apps has one here. Nope, passes his conflict. So that's gonna be... Wait. Oh, Phoenix Stronghold, right. I was confused there for a minute. Toreadory is gonna get the favor though with the old Phoenix Stronghold. The Shrine Maiden unfortunately discards a Shrine Maiden, a Charge, and another Shrine Maiden. Wow, that's really unfortunate. Not finding any spells there. Of course, he doesn't have a whole lot of spells in the deck to begin with. 3 Clarity of Purpose, 3 Display of Power, 3 Cloud the Mind, 3 Embrace the Void. So a decent amount of spells, but not like a lot. So Isawa and Friends. Yeah, I guess so. Oh wow. Yeah, a lot of a lot of Isawa characters in that deck. 12 isn't bad. It's not bad, but it is less than the usual amount, so it's not too unsurprising to see some bad hits with Shrine Maiden. Finding no spells at all, though, is pretty unlucky. You would expect to get at least one. Ooh, we're going to see this Uona find Shameful Display contesting the Water Ring. There is one keeper, just one. There's also a Forgotten Library here. Yeah, toreadory plays a Mediator and then passes. Like I said, he does have charge in the deck, so yeah, and we are already seeing a charge to bring this Tsukune into play. Probably Feral Ningyo. Yeah, only Apps is running Feral Ningyo. Yeah, toreadory does not have any of those. And we do see one come into play here. There's the Shameful Display. And honoring this Tsukune is going to make this very difficult for Apps to win. She is now 8 strength, which is a lot. Let's see, this is military, so does he have Bonsai? He has one Bonsai. We could see... Oh yeah, we do see him play the Bonsai. So toreadory will need another card to not lose this. Losing this conflict... Okay, he uses the Stronghold. That works. 8 strength is a lot. Yeah, it's... Box wins still, yeah. Losing this conflict only means that he gets the keeper, so it's not really a big deal. We'll see if Apps wants to commit another card to this. 10 is pretty big, yeah. Not only 10, but 10 in both stats. Tor gets a Fate, yeah, that's true. If he wins on defense, he gets the Keeper of Water Fate. We see another Ningyo come into play. That is enough for Apps to win, but not break. So I think you probably pass here as toreadory. Let's see, what could he play? So playing a Fate Worse Than Death on one of these Ningyos would actually not be bad. Wait, if you play Fate Worse Than Death, it would still get shuffled in, wouldn't it? Because the action already went off. Ooh, we see another charge. That's pretty wild. And yeah, the Shrine Maiden discarded a charge, so that is all 3. They still get shuffled, yeah. So Fate Worse Than Death would not actually be that good. It would just be 1 honor. But yeah, he does have the charge. I guess he didn't have a Censure. I think if he had a Censure, then he would have probably canceled the Bonsai. This is why Fantanas are still relevant, yeah. Yeah, no fans or katanas in either of these decks. Joe says this seems unnecessary. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Kind of seems unnecessary from both sides, even. Like, if Apps wins, he just gets a keeper. If toreadory wins, he just gets a Fate and denies the keeper. I don't know. Apps cannot play Display of Power now. Only had 1 Bonsai, so... Ooh, finds Shameful Display here with this Mediator. That is a little bit unfortunate. I'm still curious if it is Rally in the row, or if he put that under the Stronghold. think toreadory lost out. He was going to get a fat Tadaka next turn, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and agree with that. I think that leaving Tadaka in the province and then playing him next turn with just a ton of fate would have been pretty good. Or even Sukune, like... she's actually only one more strength than Tadaka, if you Shameful Displayed him. Ooh, and we see a Cloud the Mind on Sukune. And that's also going to bow this Meddling Mediator. Toreadori will still win the conflict. Looks like he assassinated the Scholar and direct counter to App's Stronghold. Yeah, the Tadaka really hurts the Kyuda-Nasawa. Oh, did he spend a Clarity of Purpose as well? Wow, yeah, so he clarity'd the Solemn Scholar and then it got assassinated. It's pretty unfortunate. Will not get to use Meddling Mediator this turn. We'll see if Toreadori can flip. He does have a lot of big characters in his deck. He has 3 Tadaka, 3 Tsukune, ooh, unlucky, and 2 Charge Birds. So he really wanted to see some big characters here, but unfortunately he's going to get the double Tsuki and a Mia Mystic, which is not what you want to see when you have 17 fate. He'll have a lot of fate next turn. That's, I mean, yeah, but he had a lot of fate this turn, right? Like, you'd rather see the big character this turn than have to wait. He's still in a decent spot board-wise, actually. 2 Fate Tsukis on both sides, and then a Dishonored Uona to a Meddling Mediator and a Mystic. What he really wants to see are, well, ooh, there's an Embrace the Void Toreadori plays, so yeah, even more fate. He has, yeah, Library is pretty big here, and it's on Shameful Display as well. That's lucky. What Toreadori really wants to see, though, is a Fushicho, because that will bring back the Tadaka with 1 fate. It'd be pretty good. Plus you get a 6/6 body for that 1 turn. I wonder, there are worse things than a permanent 5/6. Might have given up Passing Fate. Forgotten Library is hard enough. I think it's correct not discarding Tsuki, because if you get the Passing Fate, you're denying 1 fate from your opponent, as well as gaining 1 for yourself. And you can just discard Tsuki anyway. So you just put 1 extra fate on her, and then you pass and get the Passing Fate, and then your opponent doesn't get the Passing Fate, so that's like a 2 fate swing, and then you just discard her anyway. I think that's actually a better play. Yeah, I expect he will discard her at the end of the turn in the regroup phase. We see a Display of Power going to take the Airing here. Did have 2 fate on it. Did I miss a conflict already? Oh, wow. It was Rally to the Cause. Interesting. So yeah, Rally is in the row. Yeah, if you want, like Joe was saying, if you wanted 3 fate, you just put 3 fate on her and passed, and it would be the same as putting 2 fate and duping, because you get the fate from passing. What's happening? So Rally to the Cause actually nullified this Meddling Mediator attack. Yeah, it also prevents his opponent from getting a free fate, which is important. Ooh. So this is he's going to play a Benton's Touch on the Tsuki to bow the Mia Mystic. Wow, so Apps has basically just nullified both of these conflicts this turn. The first one, the Rally flipped it to military, and then the second one, he bowed that character with Ruona. We see a Shrine Maiden going to find 2 against the waves, discards a Let Go, not a big deal. Wow, so 3 attacks this turn and only 1 ring got claimed. That's kind of interesting. So the thing about they're kind of moving fast here, but I want to go back and say, when you're attacking into one of the face down provinces here with the Meddling Mediator, I feel like that's kind of a bad play, because if you hit Rally and he flips it to military, you have political favor, so the attack just is going to die, like you won't have any skill. So kind of a risky play there. We're seeing an Earth conflict here at Upholding Authority. Yeah, I think he should have gone with the Mia Mystic first for that reason. Maybe do a military attack. Ooh, we see Kyurinisawa. Oh, wow. So he plays it against the waves to bow the Seeker of Knowledge. We see another Seeker of Knowledge. But he drew 2 against the waves, so he can just play another one if he wants to. I guess you're getting him to use a bunch of against the waves this way. Maybe you have your own against the waves and you're just trying to bait another one out. We see a Supernatural Storm. Interesting. So that's going to give this Shrine Maiden 2 extra skill. So they are tied now. All for an Earth Ring, yeah. Oh, right. Toreadory doesn't have against the waves. He's running charge. Forgot about that. We see a For-Shame to Dishonor Shrine Maiden. And there's the good old Phoenix Stronghold. Gonna give her +2 glory. Yeah, he's building a pretty big board here as well, which is gonna stick around next turn. And we see a pass, so Toreadori will win that conflict. It looks like Apps did not want to spend the second against the waves. I guess he played 2 against the waves technically, because he played 1 and then boxed it, right? To bow both of these. I think that's what happened. Yeah, so he didn't want to play technically a 3rd against the waves, I guess. And that is what Toreadori was looking for, I believe. He sees 2 Naive Students and a Tsukune. Seems pretty good. There's an Ethereal Dreamer. I think Toreadori will probably just buy out the whole board here, if I had to guess. We do see the Tsukune come into play with 3 Fate. Apps probably wants to play Kudaka. Plays the Solemn Scholar. Maybe waiting to see if Toreadori will pass here. We do see a Naive Student. I think both players should just keep buying characters. You probably buy the Kudaka. Oh, no. He passes, gets the passing fate, and Toreadori does not play the Naive Student. So the interesting thing about not playing the other Naive Student is that Toreadori now has 4 fate exactly, which could signify a fate worse than death. So that could be, yeah, that could be why Apps pass first. He wanted to make sure that if Toreadori played out the other Naive Student, then he wouldn't have enough fate for that. Yeah, always needs to keep enough fate to play that. He does have 3 of them in the deck. He is going to drop his bid to 1. This Forgotten Library is really helping him out to keep a pretty even hand size. And Apps is down to 4 honor now. We see an Earth Ring contest at Before the Throne. So I wonder, as toreador, do you just actually let this go? Yeah, I think maybe you just let this break. If you have Display of Power, you could even do that. But like the Earth Ring, you just don't really care about that, right? As much as you want to steal the 2 fate. Puts him at 2 with 1 defender, yeah. Yeah, definitely let it break. Yeah, I agree. We could see Apps bow one of his own characters with Against the Waves. I think I would bow Tsuki. Nope. Wow, yeah, that is just going to be a break on Before the Throne. Ooh. So the Earth Ring does hit a Fate Worse Than Death, which is potentially good. Unless he has another one. But stealing 2 honor is pretty big. And he has a Dishonored Uona on the board as well. He does have 10 fate. So if there are some conflict characters, he might be okay. But I think this actually might just be the game here. We see a... Is this a Water Ring? Okay. Actually... I guess he's afraid of Display of Power, which is why he's going water here. I think that's the only reason. David says, I think it would have just gone Void. Or Fire. Yeah. I think it's just Display of Power. Apps can't really use his second attack, or this Meddling Mediator is going to take another honor. Oh, right. Seeker of Knowledge. I completely forgot about her. She's actually going to let toreador resolve the error effect anyway. So he can just leave the air ring on the table. I believe that means that if there is a Display of Power, he can choose to resolve air. I have to double check that. Finds a Path of Man off that Shrine Maiden. So we see a Court Games to Dishonor the Solemn Scholar. And yeah, it looks like you can... I'm pretty sure you can resolve... Yeah. So if he did Display Power this, he could resolve the airing, but that would mean undefended, so he would lose 1 honor. We see a Court Games to honor the Shrine Maiden. So he's trying to find any way he can to get some honor back. He needs a miracle, yeah, for sure. Tsuki will let him re-honor the Solemn Scholar. But with this Sukune and the Meddling Mediator on the board, it's going to be pretty difficult to find a way out of this. We see another Shrine Maiden finds 2 Hurricane Punches. Unfortunately, this is a political conflict, so won't be able to do anything with those at the moment, unless he wants to draw some cards. Yeah, he could actually use these to draw cards if he wants to try and dig for Ningyos. I don't think he would do that, though, because you're not going to win this conflict. Oh, he is going to play one. That also lets him trigger Uona. So that is going to bow the mediator. I still don't see him winning this, though. Yeah, I think apps just can't attack, actually, because if you go air, you risk the display of power, and if that happens, you just lose. And even if it doesn't happen, mediator still goes off. Yeah, the mediator being here makes things really, really difficult because I think the earth attack was incorrect. I'm not really sure why he went earth there. And especially breaking before the throne. Like, he knew one of those face-down provinces was before the throne based on the deck lists. So he should have just gone at upholding authority, actually. It had 2 fate. Did it have 2 fate? I don't think it had any fate. Oh, Earth for the Solemn Scholar. Yeah, that's true. He would display a power air if he had it, yeah. So yeah, the Solemn Scholar does get triggered. We see another Seeker of Knowledge with 3 fate. That is actually all of Toreadori's fate. So Apps needs 1 more card. He has another Against the Waves, right? Yeah, and he is going to play that to bow the Seeker of Knowledge. So wow, it looks like he is actually going to potentially win this conflict. Yeah, Toreadori passes. This is still a pretty big problem, though. Like, I think Apps actually still just loses. Okay, so if you don't attack here, then Toreadori just goes fire and dishonors Shrine Maiden and then uses Tsukune to get air, or the other way around. I don't know, I feel like he's still dead. Should have honored Uona. You can't because she's not a scholar. Tsuki only honors a scholar character. Yeah, I think he's just dead. I think attacking a face-down province was like the big mistake this turn. He either finds before the throne or Senpuku Seido. But like upholding authority is just better, I think, to attack. I don't know. Because if you break before the throne, then you just lose, right? What's next to Shameful Display? This one? This is Rally to the Cause. I was mentioning that earlier. He has entrenched position under his stronghold and Rally to the Cause in the row, which actually worked out pretty well for him this game. Discard, yeah. The discard isn't as bad when you can still play spells. Both my rolls are Earth. Yeah. Can use Hawk Tattoo. I guess so. Having a 5 province strength province with a break effect, though, just like it feels pretty bad. Unless that break effect is just like insane, right? Like even Feast or Famine would be not great if it were 5 strength. There is a... Ooh. Oh, didn't matter. Backhanded compliment. So, yeah, he did have a Cloud the Mind, but toreadory had a backhanded compliment, so it didn't matter. Did he have... Was that 2 backhanded compliments? He won the airing? Oh, did he have a Seeker of Knowledge on that attack? Is that what happened? Yeah, he resolved the airing again. Yeah, those Seeker of Knowledge, they're actually not bad. Yeah, so that is going to be a game win for toreadory. Definitely a pretty interesting game there. It looks like he will go on to play... Wow, there are a lot of really good Phoenix players in that area of the bracket. Can bring it up over here. So here we are here. toreadory moves on. So we have Evan E. Gibbs and Travis Fights Dragons, both really good Phoenix players. I'm not sure if this game has been played yet. Surprised Travis got such a low seed, actually. But yeah, I think we'll probably... Like, it's 2 out of 3 that he plays against another Phoenix, right? So, good chance we'll see another Phoenix matchup. Oh, and then I'm actually in that bracket as well. Travis always submarines. Was in a tough group. Yeah, so if I can make it past Handsome Dan and whoever gets out of this side, then I might see whoever comes out of that. Yeah, I mean, again, I think the biggest mistakes that were made that game were when they went into face down provinces. Especially with open deck lists like this, you know what your opponent's provinces are going to be. Oh yeah, he is back on Scorp. So you can kind of plan around that, but we saw a couple attacks where that game where they went into provinces that were not good, and they could have potentially known that based on the deck lists. But yeah, good game from both players. And that's going to do it for this one. We will be coming back later today, in like an hour from now, with S. Rumen versus Tenerim. So that should be a good one as well. Yeah, the library was really big as well. Can you change clans between groups and bracket? No, you cannot. The clan that you play in the groups has to be the same one you play in the cup. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later.